subscribe to our channel. Click on bell icon, you never miss any update. Yes guys, I welcome you to the very next session on how to write basics of Selenium code. Now, let's understand a few things here. As I discussed in the architecture, we have something called driver. So this driver will invoke actually the web browser, right? So driver is very important here. So we need to download the driver. Earlier, before the 3.0, Firefox driver used to be an inbuilt driver for Selenium. Means once we download the Selenium jars, along with that we used to get driver by itself. But as if now we are not getting it. Even for the Firefox also you need to download the driver. Okay, let's begin. So the very first example what we are going to do now is we'll open a Firefox. Next, after opening a Firefox browser, step 2, we are going to launch facebook.com on that Firefox browser. These are the two activities we need to do it. To do these activities, what we required? First, we need to have Selenium jars in the project. Yes, we have configured it. Next, you need to have Firefox driver. We don't have it, right? Third, we need to set Firefox driver path in the script. Okay, and even we haven't done that yet. So in this, the very first one we have completed it. Second task, we need to download driver. So we are working on a Firefox. I need to download a Firefox driver. So for that, I'm going on to the Selenium official website again, seleniumhq.org, and let's go to the downloads. Here, once if you go on to the downloads, here we have an option called third-party drivers, bindings and plugins. We are working on Mozilla Firefox, so just select that the very first link of Mozilla Firefox. It is 0.19.0 is the latest version what we have. Just click on it, and just few limitations. It works for Firefox 55.0 and greater. It works on Selenium 3.5 and greater. We have 3.6, right? So it works. Now we check. You first check that whether your Firefox is up to date or not. Just open your Firefox and just click on these 3 dashes to the right side of a screen, and just click on this question mark here and about Firefox. Mine is 56.0.1 Firefox. If you have older Firefox with you, just update it. Update the Firefox. My Firefox is up to date, and even you need to update the Firefox. Only in the circumstances the latest jars will work. But once we update the Firefox, there are chances that we have some tools called Firebug and Firepath. They may not work properly, but no need to worry. We have other alternate source also. Fine. So as if now, just check this and download V 0.19.0. Just scroll down. Here we have a downloadable links. If you are working on Windows, download this Windows 64 zip. If you are working on Mac, download this Mac tar.gs. This one, GZ, sorry. Depending on your operating system, select the driver and download it. 9.0, right click on it, extract the files, and you just extract it to, if you want you can extract it here, but I have created a folder in my documents, right? I want to extract it to that folder, documents, and it is Selenium files. Yep, go to Selenium files, and here we have geekodriver.exe. Okay, yep. So even the second activity is also done. Now let's go to Eclipse and create a new class here. New class Let me call it as a example 2. ff represents Firefox. Click on public static void main and let's click on finish. Now, so here we are trying to work on Firefox. Okay, so we need to set the system properties first. For that we have a syntax system dot set property. It takes two values, one is key and other one is a value. Remember this, whenever we are trying to work on Firefox, the key is WebDriver. You remember it, guys. WebDriver. I will give you a list, but WebDriver.gecko G-E-C-K-O dot driver. Okay, this is the key, and the value is nothing but path of your driver. Selenium files. Right click on this gecko driver.exe. Go to properties and go to security and copy this. See Kiran user programs, the path of it, copy it and paste it. Okay, this here automatically you got the double slashes. If you are not getting it, then just change them into double slashes. So I have just given the information of browser. So let me comment it, or before to that here what is my agenda, I will write it here so that you'll get some idea why we are writing this. We are writing it to invoke Firefox with facebook.com. This is what our agenda, right? Yep. So this will give the information of driver. Next statement is very important statement. I will write it, then I will explain you. WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. So here Firefox driver is a class. Before to that, just move your mouse onto the WebDriver. It is throwing an error and it's changed to WebDriver. And even for the Firefox also, just import the relative packages here. The packages of WebDriver and packages of Firefox has been downloaded successfully. Perfect. Now error is also vanished. But let me explain you what is this. WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. These two lines are common for any program from now. Okay. Yep. If you are going to work on Chrome, then in place of Firefox it will be Chrome driver, but ultimately this type of script you will be seeing in every program. Now let's begin. WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Firefox driver is a class, new is a space allocator, driver is a object, and WebDriver is an interface, or else driver is an object. And what is type of this object? WebDriver. Driver is an object of WebDriver. Clear? So let me explain in a simpler way. The way what I am trying to explain you, logically it may not be correct, but to just explain you how the things works, I am going to explain this. Firefox driver is a class. This class contains methods. Click is a method, set is a method, like this. We have a lot of methods where in Firefox driver class. To access this Firefox driver class directly, Firefox doesn't have any options to work on its own methods. So it should rely on some object. So we are creating an object called driver. You can create anything in place of driver. Getting the point? Anything in place of driver. But driver is most commonly used object all over the world. So that even that's the reason I have taken driver. So this driver is an object which helps us to identify the methods in the Firefox driver class. Because Firefox driver class has a methods and it doesn't have access to its own method, For that, it will take a help of driver and it will get all the methods in the Firefox driver class. Clear? And the driver is a object. And what type of object it is? Web driver type of an object. If I write driver dot, what it will do is it will go into the Firefox driver class and it will bring all the methods. These are all the methods what we have, guys. And I want to open a website, right? To open a website, we'll be using a method called get. Just get, G-E-T, get, and give the information. If you want to open a facebook.com, give the complete information, the quotes, http :/ www.facebook.com. So if you write driver dot, you'll be getting a lot of methods, but as if now I want to open a Firefox, and in that Firefox I want to open facebook.com. Once I run the test using this system info properties, it will invoke Firefox browser, and on that Firefox browser it will write facebook.com, right? So I'm just saving the test and I can run it. To run it, you can just right click on program and run as Java application, or else directly here we can see the run option, right? Just click on run. I'm running it. Some information is getting on the console, you can see it. It's information, and Firefox on the screen, you can see it here. facebook.com is opened up and you can see that facebook.com on the screen. This is what actually we want, and it has done that. Successfully we have completed our activity. Now if I write driver dot, we are going to get lot of methods in it. Now leisurely we are going to discuss all the methods in Firefox driver class. Okay,